Hello. Welcome. Thank you all for joining. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing the MBTI 16 personalities test, and we're going to do it live. I have taken the test before, but that was a while ago, and who knows, my answers most likely will be different, so I'm curious to see what I'm gonna get. So let's try the test and see what comes up, and then we'll kind of read about it. I have the test in both English and Korean, so for any Korean audience, it will be in Korean. And then also for English speakers like me, we'll do it in English too. So I'll be kind of clicking both answers at the same time. Also, if you do speak both languages, English and Korean, you can kind of let me know, is the translation correct on these tests? Because some of the questions could be a little bit difficult language-wise. So we'll get started here pretty soon. Visual cooking, hello, have a good day. Thank you. You too, have a good day. And yeah, Angelina, thank you for joining. Life is beautiful, thank you so much. We are now live. I actually did not realize that the camera wasn't on. I thought the camera was on, but now you can see that it's on. You must have been able to hear my voice. Life is beautiful. Thank you so much. Fighting. I really appreciate that. If you guys can see now, the channel is open for super chats and stuff, so that's very cool. Really appreciate that. Thank you. You guys can probably hear Minnie in the background. She is screaming to join the stream today. She's on the ground here. Korean girl Ani, congratulations. Well, thank you so much. And hello, welcome. So here we have the test. This is the English version of the test. Here is the Korean version of the test. So I will read it in English, and then I will just click the same answer in Korean, and hopefully we get the same result. Hopefully we get the same result. Let me know if I make a mistake. Okay, so let's start. There are a lot of questions, so we'll see how long it takes. Okay, first question, it says, you regularly make new friends. So that is a question that I would say probably disagree. The reason is because I've been staying inside my home, and usually I don't really go out to like parties or events so much. So I'm gonna say maybe disagree for this one. And let's take a look at the Korean one. So we will say disagree as well. Of course, we should keep the answers the same. Ice drink. Is that ice water? Ice water would be good. Right now, I am drinking ice milk tea. So I'm having ice milk tea. Milk tea is one of my favorites in the summertime. I especially like bubble tea, taro. Okay. Next question. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Well, I am definitely interested in various topics, and I'm always thinking about what I consider somewhat strange things. So I'm going to go with strongly agree. Strongly agree. I guess that's also because, I don't know, maybe I'm a writer because I'm a writer, so who knows? I usually think about weird things or strange things or just various topics, I guess I could say. Let's see. Gunpo Kim TV, 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. Welcome. Thank you for joining. And what did I say here? Agree. So this one, we have this one. Vivka Sanang channel. Hi, hello. Thank you for joining. Welcome. Hope you're having a good day. And why Darshini? If I said that correct, I hope you're having a good day too. All right, next question. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. In this case, my normal answer would be disagree. But on today, I guess it depends on what the situation is, really. I think this question is too broad because it depends on the reason they're crying. For example, if they are crying because they're watching like a TV show, then I probably would not cry. But if they're crying because of it's something very serious, then I might feel like I want to. But most likely I probably wouldn't. I'm usually good at holding my tears. So I'm gonna go with actually I don't cry a lot, so I'll go with disagree. But I do feel like I cry. JH Camping. Hello. And Korean girl Ani. Congratulations, Josh. Cheers for you. Well, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot. So thank you very much. Let's see. Did I do the Korean one yet? Is this the one? What did I say? I forgot my answer. Did I say strong or... okay. I'm forgetting my own answers. That's why I feel like I need to take this test again, because even though I took the test a long time ago, I cannot remember my answers, and I'm sure my answers will probably change. Okay, so let's take a look here. Mitch Love, Eat ASMR, welcome. Welcome, how are you today? Thank you. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. That is 100% agree. I always have at least, several plans. So I always have multiple plans, so I will go strongly agree. Sometimes I have too many plans. Maybe that's one of the reasons I enjoy chess and other strategy games. So we'll go with strongly agree. Let's see. Korean girl Ani says, I did this test. Oh, you did. Okay, so do you mind sharing what your result was? What result you got? Also, if anybody wants to take a guess on what result I will get, feel free to type your guess, what you think my answer would be. So feel free to do that. Let's see. Oisan Travel, well, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy this. Life is beautiful. I'm INFP. INFP. Okay, well, thank you for sharing. Personally, I don't know what all of the personality types are like, so we'll read about it a little bit later. Let's see. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. I would say, yes. I usually stay calm under pressure. So 보통 means usually. 대화를 먼저 시작하지 않습니다. I guess that's the same thing. It is interesting to see other people's MBTI. I agree. Funny thing is, whenever I saw MBTI, I thought it meant, well, it reminds me of mountain bike. Because when I was younger, I used to really enjoy riding the mountain bike. Okay. I'm an ESFP. I'm a free-spirited celebrity. Okay. That's fun. Free-spirited celebrity. All right. I'll have to read about ESFP later. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. I am going to say agree. Strongly agree. Because I usually do stay around people that I know. I mean, I can talk to new people, but usually I would probably say I agree with this. Okay, so I should say agree. You're curious about my results. I am also curious about my results because I feel like even though I've taken the test before, it feels like I'm taking it for the first time. Because I really can't remember any of the questions or my answers. I wonder if my result will be similar or different. You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. Okay, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I prefer to finish. Yeah, I like finishing one thing, and if I can't, then it does bother me a little bit. So agree. Hi, Amoeba. INFJ here. Okay, welcome. Haha. Happy that you shared. Thank you so much. Shelly60. Hello. How are you? Welcome. Hope you guys are all staying cool. In Korea, it was super hot today. I think 35 or 36. And also very humid. So, yeah, try to stay cool. You are very sentimental. I probably don't look like it. But I think I'm gonna say agree. I'm gonna say agree. The reason is because some things I have difficulty throwing away. Like cell phone box or an old t-shirt. I usually have a memory of where I got the t-shirt, so I guess I'll say agree. Maybe I'll say a little agree. I don't know. We'll say this one. We will say this one. Okie dokie. Let's continue. Next one. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. I do. I do like to use them, but I don't always use them. I have a schedule on my door right there, which I made because I can never remember my schedule. I have so many different things that I have to do, so I do like having a schedule. I'm just gonna say, and I do like making lists, so let's go with agree. I usually make a list on my phone in a memo. How about you guys? Do you guys also make lists? Angelina, happy Monday! And everybody, happy Monday. I actually forgot it's Monday. I kind of knew it was Monday, but I kind of forgot. What was my answer? I said yes, agree. Okay, and the next one is Creativo R. Hello, welcome. Welcome. How are you today? I am doing well, thank you. Thank you very much. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. I am going to disagree with that. Strongly disagree. Maybe that sounds kind of funny, but sometimes I make a mistake and I feel like I knew the reason I made the mistake. So I'll just go with disagree. I probably will not read all of these in Korean, but maybe when I'm editing the video later, I'll have a look. Next one. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. That's similar to the previous question, so I will definitely disagree with this. Strongly disagree. Strongly disagree. 다른 사람 들에게 자신을, I think 자신을 means confidence or something. Okay, strongly disagree. And the next one, this is the last one for here. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. That's a tough word to say. Analyses. That reminds me of edited, and then if you edited something, edited it. That's a weird word. It sounds funny. I edited it. After I finish this video, I will have also edited it, which is this. Sounds like a mistake. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations. No. I love discussing creative works, and I love discussing interpretations, and I usually have my own interpretations. So I should say I disagree because I am interested. This question is a little confusing. Because if I didn't read not, that's like a double negative. So you are not? No, I am. My cat, Minnie, is right here next to me. She is going nuts. She is chasing her tail right now. Now, I'm kind of interested in this Korean question because in English we have like the double negative, and I wonder if Korea also has that same thing. So should I put the same answer here? We'll find out. It would be very interesting if I got a different answer for the Korean test and the English test. All right, we're at 20% finished here. 20%. Oh, next. You are more inclined to follow your head than your heart. Well, this is really hard to say, especially if I'm thinking about like an investment or a decision or a choice. So I'm going to say it depends. Sometimes I follow my heart, sometimes I follow my head. So I'm going to go with neutral. Because I do follow my heart a lot, but I also follow my head a lot. My cat is scaring me. She's running away. All right, next. You usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. You know, sometimes I do, but usually not. I usually have a routine. So I suppose I'm gonna go here though, because I don't feel like it's a strong disagree. Sometimes I don't have a routine. So I'll just say slightly disagree. You usually prefer just doing what you feel like. Yeah. You know, maybe I could go with yeah, maybe a little disagree. It's tough. It's hard to answer these. Very hard to answer these. Is this the correct number here? Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Okay. Let's see. Cats over flowers. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. We are on the third question here for this page. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. You rarely worry. I'm gonna say somewhat agree. Somewhat agree. Of course, I don't want to make a bad impression. Who would want to do that? So yes, I do want to make a good impression, but I don't really spend a long time worrying about it. So I guess I'm gonna say agree. Full agree. Let's go full agree. Full agree. Because I do worry about it, but I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it after. So that's why I said that. You enjoy participating in group activities? Well, I was always in team sports, and when I play a game, like a computer game, I like to be on a team. So I guess I would say agree. But if I'm going on a trip or traveling, then I don't want like a large group. But activity, I guess I gotta think, what is an activity? What kind of activity? Yeah, I'll go with slightly agree. I feel like this question contradicts my previous answers. So that's interesting. This one says in English, you enjoy participating in group activities, but in Korean it says botung, which is usually. Yoheng, isn't that travel? So I feel like the question is different. I don't know. 편입니다. I guess that means comfortable. We'll find out the answer later. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. Yes, absolutely. I love finishing a book, finishing a movie, and then talking about it, analyzing it, studying it, and coming up with ideas. What is the meaning? Or what are the hidden messages? So I love doing that. And I hope that when people read my book, or our books, Wood Park Picture Books, I hope they also come up with their own interpretations too. So yeah, I love that. I actually don't like it when they tell you the ending. When they just tell you, this is exactly what happened. Then there's nothing to think about. So, your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. Well, this is a tough question. This is a tough question. Not because I don't want to sound like selfish or something, but because honestly, I really enjoy both. I really enjoy helping other people, and of course, I'm proud of my own accomplishments. So I guess I have to go neutral. I gotta go neutral because seeing someone I know succeed makes me feel sincerely good, especially if I could help somebody. That's one of the reasons I'm a professor, a teacher. I like helping people. And when they tell me that I helped them, I feel really good about it. So I guess I'm going to say neutral. Neutral. I wonder if neutral has any effect on the outcome. All right, we're at 30% here. So it seems like one page is like 10%. So that must mean there must be like 10 pages. 10 pages. And how many questions are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means maybe there's like 60 questions. I don't know. I wasn't counting. You are interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. These questions are hard because I am interested in many things, but I don't really find it difficult to choose what to do next. So I'm gonna go with a little bit agree. Like, I do have a wide variety of interests, but usually I know what I want to do. So I'll just go a little bit agree. But I usually just do it if I know what I want to do. So let's go with neutral. Neutral. I wonder how neutral affects the result. All right. I can't change the answer either if I decide to change my answer. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Well, I kind of think this one would be yes. I am worried about things taking a turn for the worse. So I'm gonna say yes. But recently I watched a video on YouTube, like an inspirational video about not thinking negative things and not voicing your negative thoughts. So I definitely don't want to be thinking negatively, so maybe last time I would have said yes, but I feel like now I don't want to. But I think probably I still do. So we'll just say agree. Agree. Let's see. Omawa Dal Dayuk TV. Hi, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a nice day. It was very hot today. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. I disagree with this. Almost always, I believe in like school or in a video game or even in like sports or something. I believe I usually am in a leadership role, so I would disagree. In fact, I prefer being the leader if I have a choice, oftentimes. It depends on the situation, but I do enjoy doing that sometimes. I don't like volunteer necessarily, but it just happens that way. Okay. Life is beautiful. I found English and Korean questions are different. Interesting. That is interesting. I also felt like some questions were a little different. Like I noticed in the Korean version they said 여행, which is like travel. And in English it said activities, which is totally different. So let's see if it changes the result. You are definitely not an artistic type of person. I disagree. I feel like I'm artistic. I like making videos on YouTube. I like painting. I like making music or making books, drawing, not so much drawing, but painting. So I would say disagree. I am an artistic person. Artistic type of person. Let's see if it's different. 다른 사람도 부러워합니다. Okay, well, let's see if these are different later. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings? Ooh, that's a tough question. better place. I don't know if it would be a better place, because you have to act on your feelings sometimes, but that can also be very negative too, because like anger is a feeling. Anger, jealousy, hate. And if those are feelings, you don't really want to act on those. It's better to be rational. But at the same time, like love, compassion, those are like positive feelings that could have a good thing. So I guess I can't really say this question is clear. I'm going to go neutral. Who knows what would make the world a better place? Maybe love. I think love would make the world a better place. Whoa, this is totally different, isn't it? Oh no. Did I make a mistake? No? Is that the same? This is like a totally different question here. I can see this says video, Jamie Eaton check. That means an interesting book, game. Wow, the question is like totally different here. So I believe my result will be different too. Korean says video games. Yeah, video game. Video game. Weird. Weird. Okay, maybe that means I need to read both of them carefully and see if they're similar. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. 100% I agree, because I can't relax if I know I have to do something. So like today I cleaned the bathroom, I did the laundry, I washed some dishes. So I definitely would do that before I would rest. Is this the same? Project 가장 중요한 Let's see if this is, let's just open a yeah, I'm not sure if that's correct or not. Let's see. Papa Go. Let's check and see what this says on Naver. Papago is, okay, planning and implementation are the most important part of every project. That is totally different. That's totally different. So I guess we can't really take the Korean test anymore. I think we'll just focus on the English test because the questions are completely different. All right. We're at 40% here. You enjoy watching people argue. That's a tough question too. Actually, these are all tough. I would say it depends on the topic. It depends on the topic. Because if it is about like a sports team, or if it is about like a company, for example, Tesla, if someone thinks it's a good company or someone thinks it's a bad company, I would enjoy listening to that argument. But if people are fighting about something serious, then that's not really pleasant. I'm just gonna say I enjoy watching people argue. Small agree if it is like an interesting topic, like a debate. So in that case, I'll say a little bit agree. For a debate setting, not like a fighting setting. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. I guess that's also hard to say because I'm live streaming right now. So honestly, I would say I disagree, but because I'm on YouTube and I'm streaming right now, I feel like I have to say I agree. No, opposite. I mean, I agree, but I am on YouTube, so it's almost like contradicting myself. Let's say not on YouTube, in real life, if I am outside in a cafe, then I agree. I hate drawing attention to myself. Hate drawing attention to myself. But if it's a video game, I do want to, because that usually means I'm doing pretty good in the game. But we'll go with this. Especially when I go to a cafe and I'm making a video and I'm walking around with the camera, I really feel embarrassed when people are like looking at me because I'm filming something. So I am a little bit worried when I film in the cafe, when I'm making the video. I don't like people looking at me with the camera. So if you noticed in some of my videos, I am walking and then there's some parts where I just turn quickly because I feel shy or embarrassed that other people are like, why is this guy walking around with the camera? Hard to film in public. It really is hard to film in public. Your mood can change very quickly. I would agree with that. Isn't that normal for everybody? Like, if something bad happened, wouldn't you suddenly feel bad? And if something good happened, wouldn't you suddenly feel good? I'm interested who would disagree with this. I mean, clearly there's a large number of people that disagree with this, but yeah, my mood can change very quickly. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. This might make me sound like not a very nice person, but if I want to be honest, I guess it depends, because I don't really care about other people's work. Like, if I am doing something, the only thing that matters to me is if I am finishing the job. And, you know, if another person is doing it, I usually don't worry about what other people are doing. But if they are trying to help me, I don't know. We'll just say a little bit agree. Middle agree. Depends. It really depends. If I'm working, like when I was in high school, I worked at a grocery store. One of my jobs was a cashier, and I was always super fast checking the people out. And some people were slow. And actually, I didn't like that, because in that situation, it meant that I would have to work twice as hard, because I'm going fast and the customers are thinking, oh, let's go in this line, and other people are just going slow. So, okay, we'll say in that setting, I'll agree. Okay. Tough. These questions are very tough. I'm curious about the result. Really curious about the result. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Disagree. I usually try to finish things as soon as possible. If it's an important task. If it is something not important, then I'm kind of last minute. So, like, I guess some house chore, maybe? I don't know. But most of the time, I end up doing things right away. That's how I feel anyway. I don't know if that's true, but I believe that's how I think and feel. Next. You have always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. Absolutely. Very, very curious about that. I'm not in a rush to find out. I don't want to find out anytime soon. But who isn't interested in that? Well, I bet a lot of people aren't, but yeah, I do think about that. These are pretty deep now. These are deep questions here. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. I'm gonna say disagree. I kind of like being not really alone, but I don't like being in a big group or anything like that. No, I'm gonna say neutral actually, because it depends. Sometimes I like, if it's my friends or something, prefer. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into these words, and usually and prefer. I'm gonna say neutral. That's a tough question. Hey, Teddy. Good boy. Teddy came. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. Yeah, don't read it too deep, haha. Well, isn't that the purpose of this test? You have to read it deeply. But thank you for the suggestion, Woodpark. Thank you for that. But I feel like the whole purpose is to find out the answer, so therefore I need to analyze the question carefully so that I don't make a mistake. Thank you, Creativo R. Thank you for still being here, watching me struggle with these questions. You become bored or lose interest. No, I love theoretical discussion. I love philosophical discussion. Disagree. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. I am going to say I disagree a little bit, because I feel like I could understand, but actually, if I'm honest, I think empathy is not my strongest point. Sadly, I'm working on it, but I don't think I'm that good at empathy. So maybe we'll say, well, easy. Tough call. This is a tough call. I hate philosophy. Huh. It's not for everybody. Philosophy is definitely not for everybody. Better not to get too many neutral, but if you have to go with middle, then go for it. Why not neutral? That's a fair choice. So, I don't know. We'll try. I love philosophy. Okay. Cool. I do too, usually. That's one of the reasons I like chess. Okay, what is this? What am I gonna say here? You find it easy? No, I'm gonna say disagree. You usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. Ooh, it depends again. It depends on the decision. Answering these questions, I would agree, because I am postponing my answer for each question. Also, I feel like sometimes waiting could be a better option to find out more information. But at the same time, sometimes acting quick is also important. So it's a case by case. Woodpark says don't go neutral. So I'm going to say I do postpone decisions sometimes. Yeah, tough call. It depends on the case. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. Well, how about today? Am I second guessing myself today? I am second guessing myself, so I'm gonna have to disagree. No, wait, rarely. I gotta read these carefully. Rarely second guess myself. Agree. I don't second guess myself. No. I'm second guessing myself now. So I guess I have to say disagree. I'm too focused on the stream. I can't focus on the question. You rarely second guess the choices you have made. I disagree. That means I do second guess myself. Okay, we'll say disagree. I'm usually happy with my choice, but now I'm gonna second guess myself. Electives love, hi, how are you? I'm doing great, how are you? I'm just passing by. And personality test, yes, this is the personality test. We're about 58% of the way through the test. If I wonder about this one, I can't wonder about that one. You always have interesting topic. Well, thank you for saying that. I'm happy you think so. This is so fun. I'm happy you're having fun. Life is beautiful. I'm having fun, but I'm also feeling slightly stressed and a little bit second guessing myself, kind of. After a long and exhausting week, which is every week, a lively social event is just what you need. That's an easy one. No. No. I want to rest. I want to stay home and relax. I don't want to spend all my free time being social. Then I'll have no energy for the next week. Yeah, you don't need stress on Monday, right? I don't need stress on Monday. Monday is stressful enough, especially when it is 35 degrees Celsius. I think when it is extra hot, it also adds another level of stress, don't you think? Because doing things that are stressful is hard, and then when it's extra hot, it is also like, oh. You enjoy going to art museums. Okay, that's a nice and easy one. Yes, of course I love going to art museums. I love going to art museums, and I am going to give myself a thumbs up with that. Do you see that in the chat? It's a new emoji that I made. So I have a few emojis for anybody who joins as a member. You can get those kind of funny emojis that I made. Kind of hard to see, but that's probably a good thing too. Do you enjoy going to art museums? 100% yes. I love going to art museums. Every time I go to an art museum, I always feel inspired. I feel like my mind is clear. I love the space. It feels so relaxing and creative. So I love it. Even if I don't care for the art that is displayed, I still love the environment. I recently went to that art museum called Museum San. I made a video about it. So definitely check out that video if you haven't. It's a great museum, one of the nicest I've ever been in. So yeah, have a look at that if you have time. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. I would say agree. Agree. I do understand sometimes, but a lot of times my friends have told me that I'm not that good at it. So I guess I have to say agree. I feel like I don't want to agree, and it's hard for me to say agree, but I guess I have to agree. You like to have a to-do list for each day. I like having a list, but I usually keep it in my head. So does that count? If the list is inside my head, does that count? I'm always speaking out loud. I'm always saying, okay, so I gotta do this, and then I gotta do that, and then I gotta do that. But I usually don't write it down. So if the list is in my head, does that still count as a list? I think so. I mean, a list is a list, right? It doesn't need to be on paper. So I guess I'm gonna say agree. Agree, yeah. You rarely feel insecure. This whole word rarely is the hardest thing for me. It throws me off every time. Rarely. You rarely feel insecure. So I would say before I started YouTube, I would say yes, I rarely feel insecure. But after starting YouTube, I do feel a little bit insecure sometimes. So I guess I could agree a little bit. Why is this little agree? I don't know, because they just have agree, and this looks like a big agree, medium, little. Slightly, moderately, strongly. Actually, I don't feel that insecure. So I'm gonna actually disagree. I'm gonna say disagree. Huh, I went from all the way over here to over here. Does that say anything about my answer? Rarely. Wait. Oh my gosh. If I disagree, that means I do feel insecure. You rarely feel insecure. Disagree. That means no, I feel insecure a lot. So in that case, I do agree. I agree. Thank you. Thank you for saying I seem very confident, but as you can see, my answer has spanned all the way from agree to disagree to now back to agree. But part of it is just understand the question. You rarely feel insecure. Agree. You avoid making phone calls. I have not made a phone call for a long time, but it's not related to my personality. It's related to technology. I just send a text message or email, and I do Zoom meetings a lot, so that might count as a phone call. So in this question, you avoid making phone calls. I'm gonna say, well, I don't like talking on the phone, but I do talk on Zoom because I have to. So I guess I'm gonna agree. Me too. Some people have phone call phobia too these days. Yeah, I do, I guess. Now that I think about it, I need to call my bank in America, and I need to call my some financial advisor, something like that, in America, and I don't want to do that, so I guess, yeah, agree. Okay, solve that. Yeah, and I don't like ordering pizza anymore either. I prefer using the app. It's much more comfortable than making a phone call. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Okay, funny thing is, now that I'm on YouTube, every time I see the word views, I'm just thinking about what views? No, okay. Trying to understand views that are very different from your own. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about views that are different from my own. Yeah, phone call. I don't like either. I'd rather text or email. Agree. Okay, so anyway, I think I don't spend much time thinking about views that are different than my own. I'm okay with people's views who are different, but I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. Delivery app is awesome. I agree. Delivery app is changing the world. It's changing our body weight. Did you know, this is a fact, but since 2020, the average person has gained 6.6 kilograms. The average person, because the fitness centers were closed and everybody was staying home, so the average person gained about 3 or 4 kilograms. I don't know if that's true for you guys, but that is a statistic. So the whole world got heavier. Most people. Don't quote me on that, but I do remember reading a statistic like that. So I believe that's correct. I could be wrong. In your social circle, you are often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. Well, you know what? This is kind of funny because yes and no. Yes and no. I would say yes if it's a video game. Yes if it's a computer game. No if it is meeting in person. Sorry to my friend who I did not meet for a very long time. I will probably meet someday soon, but yeah. So I guess I'm gonna say I do initiate it. I know this answer is like totally different than my previous answers. Dania, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. Have been well, have been very hot. How have you been? Okay, so in my social circle, I'm gonna say agree a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna say agree a little bit. Moderately agree. And let's see. Lisa Cerebo. Hi. Hello, welcome. How are you? Thank you for joining today. Hope you're having a nice day or evening or morning. I'm not sure where you're at, but hope it's great. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. That's true. I agree with this. I hate if I'm working on something and I suddenly need to do something else. I'm usually thinking, oh, I need to go back and finish that. So definitely. Oh, I'm happy you're having a good evening. I am also having a good evening taking this personality test, trying to find out what my personality is. I took it a long time ago, but I can't remember my answers, so we'll see if it's the same or different. You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Not really. Not really. So I guess I could slightly disagree. Oh, I just I just remembered though. If it is something like the stock market and I made a mistake, like I sold the stock or something and then the price went up, then I feel bad a lot. So in that case, I'm gonna say agree. Agree. A little bit agree. Let's see. Dania says, been well, traveled back home for the summer break. The MBTI test is so accurate when describing your personality. Oh, really? Okay. I'm worried about if it's accurate for me or not. I'm kind of a person who disagrees with this kind of thing, but I know that a lot of things are accurate, so we'll see what the result is. Haha, that's human nature. Mm-hmm. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Again, these questions are so tricky. Rarely. Disagree. I disagree. I often think about the reason for human existence, and I do think about the meaning of life almost daily, surprisingly. Isn't that funny? I think about it a lot. More than I should. So disagree, because I do think about it. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Ooh. I like to think I have control over my emotions. So I'm gonna say I disagree. I disagree. Because I did have like something absolutely horrible happen to me. And then I had to go and work like a day, like not a day, like an hour later. So I'm gonna say I disagree. Electives Love says, I will get going. Have a pleasant evening. Thank you so much. Have a pleasant evening too. Thank you for joining, and hope your evening is very good. You take great care to not to make people look bad, even when it is completely their fault. Oh yeah, I don't want to make people look bad. I'll agree with that. I definitely don't want to make someone look bad, because that's embarrassing. It makes that person feel bad, and there's no positive outcome from that. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent. Well, I kind of agree with that, but I'm usually consistent too. I have a consistent burst. Consistent burst. I feel like I'm working all the time. So how do I answer that? If I'm working all the time, why don't I just say agree? I'll say agree. Slightly agree. I don't know how to answer that. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. I would say I agree. Sometimes I agree. I agree. I like people to think highly of me, but I also don't want to disappoint them. And if someone thinks too highly of me, well then it's like if you go and if you're waiting to see a movie and everybody's talking about that movie, and then you finally go and see the movie, it's never as good as you think. So sometimes I do think that way. I'll say agree. I feel like these answers are fighting against my previous answers, but we'll see what happens. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. I absolutely agree with that. I love working alone. I am a professor. Does that mean I work alone because I'm in the classroom and I'm not really working with coworkers, but at the same time the room is filled with students, so I'm not really alone, but I feel like being a teacher is like working alone. You are on a team, but in the classroom, which is where you spend most of your time, you're the only worker. So I guess I would agree with that. And I'm always in my office right here. So yeah. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. Strongly disagree, because I love thinking about abstract philosophical questions. I really love doing that, and I always think about it, and those are my favorite books and movies and TV shows. You work all the time? I do. So I would disagree. I love thinking about that. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. Well, this was so hard to answer because I like both. Honestly, sincerely, sometimes I like nice, quiet places, but at the same time, sometimes if you're in an environment and there's a lot of people, it feels exciting. I don't like it if there's too many people and I can't walk around or I can't think. But sometimes if you're in a coffee shop, you don't necessarily want to be the only one in the coffee shop. Like, you know, if you ever go to Starbucks, sometimes you go to Starbucks and there's a lot of people there and it feels like you're all working hard. So it feels like you're very productive, and that could feel good. But at the same time, sometimes you go to another coffee shop and it's very quiet and it's good for studying and it's peaceful. So I like that too. So I definitely like both. Dania says, depends on the situation. I agree. However, it says, let's analyze this question carefully. It says you feel more drawn to. Okay, so because it says more drawn to, I think overall I would prefer quiet and intimate. So I would say agree. Yeah, I'll say agree, because more often I prefer quiet. You know at first glance how someone is feeling. I think so. I think I usually have a good... This sounds... I know these questions. Now I'm thinking about my previous answers. It seems like I'm contradicting myself, but a lot of times when I see someone, I definitely can feel if they are not feeling well or if they're unhappy or something. But at the same time, I also feel like I'm bad at social cues, so I'm really not sure. I'm gonna say maybe a little bit agree, but then I could be wrong and I would never have known, so how could I know? Dania, you're correct. I put it on the wrong side. I might have just changed my entire personality because it says you feel more drawn to places with a busy, bustling atmosphere. I should have said disagree. Can I change that? Oh, okay, I changed it. Good. The reason I said that was you feel more drawn to places, and I just looked at the word quiet, so I just said agree. So that's why I made that mistake. Thank you for catching that. Good job. I might have had a totally different personality and would have been very confused. You know at first glance how someone is feeling. I'm gonna say agree. No, I don't know how they're feeling. I don't know the answer. I'm gonna say neutral. Can I say neutral? I really don't know. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes I have no clue. So I'm gonna say neutral. You often feel overwhelmed. Yes, I do feel overwhelmed quite often. I guess that's easy to answer. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. I disagree. I do complete things methodically, but I do skip over some steps sometimes. So we're gonna say disagree. You are very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. 100% yes. I love conspiracy, controversy. It's very interesting. So I'm going to say agree. Cade Artiaga, hello, welcome, hello, and Debjani, thank you for joining. Hi, how are you guys? Oh, personality test. I love it. I love this. Have you taken the test? Do you guys know? Does anybody know your personality type? If you have taken the test, feel free to share it in the chat. That would be great. Let's see. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. Sadly, I'm going to disagree with this. I'm going to disagree with this because I believe if you're thinking about your career or something like that, I think you probably should take the opportunity. I don't know. Does that make me sound like a bad person? It feels like the question makes me sound bad, but if I'm being honest, if there's a good opportunity, I would probably want to take that opportunity. So I would not pass it along. So I guess I'll disagree. It depends on the opportunity. I'll say that. It depends on the opportunity. It depends on what is the situation, and it depends on who is the person and how much do they need it. Like what kind of situation are they in? So I guess too many variables. But I would say in general, honestly, I would not pass the opportunity. I would probably take the opportunity. So disagree. I love taking personality tests. I'm sure I've done this a couple times already, but then I always forget the results. Same here. That's the same as me. I know I've taken this before, but I can't remember my answers. Plus, I'm at a different point in my life now than I was before whenever I took it, so maybe my answers would be different. So yeah, maybe that's one of the reasons it's good to take it again. Let's see. Oh yeah, I do, and mine's pretty accurate. You know, a lot of them are pretty accurate. This one, the 16 personalities test, the Myers-Briggs, that's what that MB means. It is like the most commonly used one around the world. So that's why it's translated into so many languages. Okay, Lemon Blue, MBTI. Yes, we're taking the MBTI. Oh, I thought those were I's. Those are exclamation points. Life is beautiful. Oh, Dania, me too. Wow, great. We got 2 INFPs here. INFP. INFP party. Yeah, I learned about it in psychology class as well. Yes, I did too, way back in the day. Yeah, awesome. Big purple heart. Love to Dania. You struggle with deadlines. Disagree. I'm never late. Never late, never miss any deadline. Anyone? INFJ? I am INTJ. Oh, really? Wow. That's great. Life is beautiful. Haha. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Oh, absolutely. 100% things will work out for me. I'm certain. Agree. Gender optional. Let's go with male. Let's see the result. Okay. What is your guess, everybody? Based on my answers, based on the answers that I submitted, what do you think the answer is going to be? Any guess? Any guess? Let me take some milk tea. I've been talking for a while. Okay, so I'm clicking the result. Just a moment. I am INTJA. INTJA. Oh. K Lemon, INTJ. Are you an A also? I came here a bit late, so hard to guess. Yes, I understand. Hard to guess. Okay, so let's look at this. Architect. I do love architecture. That's kind of funny. I guess that's correct. Well, I don't know if the name means anything, but I do love architecture, especially when I go visit some cafes or some buildings. And I have a whole Instagram account based on architecture, so that's kind of funny. Okay, so I am 75% introverted. And energy. This trait shows where we direct our mental energy. It says intuitive, observant. That's kind of funny because I feel like, I don't know what that means, but I feel like I'm both. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions, thinking and feeling. I guess that's true. Tactics, judging. I guess I'm a judging person. I don't know. Let's start reading here. Let's start reading. INTJT. What is the difference between T and A? I don't know. Oh, I don't want an email. Copy of your results? No, thank you. Sorry, no thank you. No emails. No spam. Oh, here we go. What's the difference? What's the difference? So A versus T. Okay. Okay, this says 93% of assertive architects trust themselves to overcome any challenges life can throw their way, compared to 71% of turbulent architects. Okay, so a little bit more there. Life is beautiful. Thank you so much. It was very fun. Josh is INTJ. I am INTJ A, right? INTJ A. I guess I could say I am a INTJ. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Okay, let's go back to the reading. Okay, introduction. It says thought constitutes the greatness of man. Man is a reed, the feeblest thing in nature, but he is a thinking reed. Okay. It can be lonely at the top as one of the rarest personality types and one of the most capable. Architects know this all too well. Rational and quick-witted architects may struggle to find people who can keep up with their non-stop analysis of everything around them. I guess that's kind of true. I was analyzing the questions too much, maybe. Thirst for knowledge. These personalities can be both the boldest of dreamers and the bitterest of pessimists. I can see that. Architects believe that through willpower and intelligence they can achieve even the most challenging of goals, but they may be cynical about human nature more generally, assuming that most people are lazy, unimaginative, or simply doomed to mediocrity. That sounds so negative. It sounds a little bit negative there. Architects derive much of their self-esteem from their knowledge and mental acuity. In school, people with this personality type may have been called bookworms or nerds. Well, I have been called a nerd, and I would say I'm proud to be called a nerd because nerds are kind of the cool thing, aren't they? I believe they are. I'm sure most nerds do believe they are. I think the Big Bang Theory changed the image of nerds, and I think it makes them look cool. Although it seems like the Big Bang Theory is teasing them. I don't know. Tough call, tough call. Nerd is cool. Yes, that's true. I agree. Everyone wants to be a nerd. I also like the candy nerds. But rather than taking these labels as insults, like I just took it as an insult, many architects embrace them. They are confident in their ability to teach themselves about and master any topic that interests them, whether that's coding or what is that? Capora? I'm not familiar with this word. I'm kind of embarrassed to say, or classical music. You are not entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to your informed opinion. No one is entitled to be ignorant. Wow. I love Big Bang Theory. Me too. I hope they keep going. I don't know. I heard a rumor about more episodes. I'm not sure. That Big Bang Theory, this is really funny. Big Bang Theory is one of the very few TV shows I have completely finished. I usually don't ever finish the last episode because I feel bad. I feel a little bit sad. I guess that's the sentimental part of me. And I don't want the show to be over. So I kind of like, if there's one more season, I feel like, I want to save my season. I don't want to finish it right away. So sometimes I actually don't even finish the season. Yo, INTJ. Does that mean you INTJ or yo? Like, yo, what's up? Yo, INTJ. Let's take a look at strengths and weaknesses. Rationale. Architects pride themselves on their minds. For them, nearly any situation can become an opportunity to expand their knowledge and hone their rational thinking skills. Thanks to this mindset, they can devise inventive solutions to even the most arduous of problems. Informed. Okay. I don't want to read all this. There's a lot. Weaknesses. I do want to weakness. Arrogant. I could agree with that. I could see myself as being arrogant. Dismissive of emotions. Sometimes true. Yeah, very true. Overly critical. Combative. Do I seem like a combative person? Yes, I think so. Depends. Funny you don't want to read all of that. Do you know how much is here? There's so much here to read. Combative. Romantically clueless. Okay, that's great. Let's see. Let's take a look at career. You really enjoyed reading them. Well, let's read what you said. Let's take a look. Let's look at INFP because Life is Beautiful gave us some super chats. So let's take a look at those. And we had a couple INFP people. So where do we go for INFP? Is there a way to see the others? Maybe not that. There must be a place to look at the other what you call it, results. The questions are simple, but some are a bit complicated. I agree with you. I completely agree with you on that. Oh, that's a good idea. Yes, that is a great idea. I would love to do that. I just don't know where to find that. My best friend is INFP. Is there any way to find the other? I want to read about the other personalities. I might just have to type it in. Oh. Right in front of me, resources, personality types. I was just mindlessly looking at this webpage, but I wasn't really reading anything. Okay, so what am I looking for? We're looking for, what did I say? INFP first. INFP. Do we know if it's an A or a T? INFP. Oh, we got 3 INFP people here. Although they may seem quiet or unassuming, mediators have vibrant, passionate inner lives. Creative and imaginative, they happily lose themselves in daydreams. Okay, great. Inventing all sorts of stories and conversations in their minds. I can see that, I guess. That's fun. Where am I here? Oh, known for their sensitivity, mediators can have profound emotional response to music. Isn't everybody moved by music though? I feel like, because I'm also emotionally responding to music as well. Art, nature, and the people around them. I kind of feel the same about that. Idealistic and empathetic. Meters long for deep, soulful relationships, and they feel called to help others, but because this personality type makes up such a small portion of the population, mediators may sometimes feel lonely or invisible, adrift in a world that doesn't seem to appreciate the traits that make them unique. Oh, okay, so that means very small portion of the population. Did it say how much of the population? Okay. Oh, okay. J.R.R. Tolkien. Was he also that? That's great. One of my favorite artists here. I'm pretty sure that I will mostly choose the options other than agree and disagree. I like INFP's personality. I don't know much about them, but from what I am reading, I think I would like them too. And I know that the people in the chat, I enjoy their personality that I've seen, so I guess I could agree with you there. Speaking the truth, few things make mediators more uneasy than pretending to be someone they aren't. Well, I definitely like that. That's great. With their sensitivity and their commitment to authenticity, people with this personality type tend to crave opportunities for creative self-expression. It comes as no surprise, then, that many famous mediators are poets, writers, actors, and artists. Well, I definitely would like that because I love reading and writers and actors and artists, so I think I would get along very well with this. We're pretty unique, gotta say. Huh, I guess that's true. And now I will look at another one here. I just want to look to this conclusion quickly. Few personality types are as poetic and kind-hearted. Well, poetic and kind-hearted, that sounds very nice. With their unique gifts, mediators can overcome all sorts of challenge and obstacles and brighten the lives of those around them in the process. That is really nice. Let's take a look at what else did we have here. I remember Wood Park, INFJ. So let's take a look at INFJ quickly here. INFJ, the advocate. Advocate. That reminds me, I need to put advocate on Teddy. That advocate is like a heartworm, flea, and tick, and we need to do that for Teddy. Okay, what's this here? Treat people as if they were what they ought to be, and you help them to become what they are capable of being. Okay, that's nice. Oh wow, really? Advocates are the rarest personality types of all. I guess that makes sense. Still, advocates leave their mark on the world. They have a deep sense of idealism and integrity, but they aren't idle dreamers. They take concrete steps to realize their goals and make a lasting impact. Well, that's great. That is very good. I'm happy to know that. Wood Park. Advocates' unique combination of personality traits makes them complex and quite versatile. It's good to be versatile. For example, advocates can speak with great passion and conviction, especially when standing up for their ideals. I definitely respect that. At other times, however, they may choose to be soft-spoken and understated, preferring to keep the peace rather than challenge others. Well, it's always good to have a peacekeeper, so we definitely need that. Standing up for what's right, I like this the most, I think. Advocates generally strive to do what's right. I I really respect that. It's something I would like to do too, and if I ever am in that situation, I hope I can also stand up for what's right. And they want to help create a world where others do the right things as well. People with this personality type may feel called to use their strengths, including creativity, imagination, and sensitivity, to uplift others and spread compassion concepts. Okay. Okay, well, that's great then. Woodpark, you're doing the right thing. You're making books. It's perfect. It seems like it's a perfect fit for you. For us, actually. For us. Connecting with others and themselves may be reserved, but they communicate in a way that is warm and sensitive. This emotional honesty and insight can make a powerful impression on the people around them. Okay, was there some others that we were going to look at, or was that... I can't remember here. We have INTJ, INFP, and I think that's it, right? Are those the main ones? Conclusion. In the end, it's your actions, how you respond to circumstance, that reveals your character. ESFP, thank you. ESFP. Let's look at ESFP. ESFP. I like the artwork here. ESFP. ESFP. Entertainer. Okay, awesome. Entertainer. If anyone is to be found spontaneously breaking into song and dance, it is the entertainer personality type. Well, that's a fun personality. Break out in song and dance. Entertainers get caught up in the excitement of the moment and want everyone else to feel that way too. That means they're kind of like life of the party type. No other personality type is as generous with their time and energy as entertainers when it comes to encouraging others, and no other personality type does it with such irresistible style. We are all stars. We are all of us stars. Entertainers love the spotlight, and all the world's a stage. Many famous people with the entertainer personality type are indeed actors. But they love putting on a show for their friends too, chatting with a unique and earthy wit, soaking up attention and making every outing feel a bit like a party. Well, that's really fun. Important to have friends like that. Utterly social, entertainers enjoy the simplest things, and there's no greater joy for them than just having fun with a good group of friends. That is very nice. I have to say, that's very good. It's not just talk either. Entertainers have the strongest aesthetic sense of any personality type, from grooming and outfits to a well-appointed home. Entertainer personalities have an eye for fashion, knowing what's attractive the moment they see it. Entertainers aren't afraid to change their surroundings to reflect their personal style. Entertainers are naturally curious, exploring new designs and styles with ease. Though it may not always seem like it, entertainers know that it's not all about them. They are observant and very sensitive to others' emotions. People with this personality type are often the first to help someone talk out a challenging problem, happily providing emotional support and practical advice. However, if the problem is about them, entertainers are more likely to avoid a conflict altogether than to address it head-on. Entertainers usually love a little drama and passion, but not so much when they are the focus of the criticisms it can bring. Alrighty. Well, I think that is about it. That was really fun. So I guess we got the results. I was happy that you guys all participated. I'm happy that you shared your personality types also in the chat, because for me it was fun reading about the other personalities, not just my own. So very interesting. I think that, yeah, I can definitely see that some of these things are true about myself. So it seems to be like a pretty accurate test. It should be, because I'm the one who answered the questions, and yeah, it seems accurate. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for the super chats, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. I'll work on editing this and kind of putting it together in a shorter version, and yeah, be looking forward to the next video. I did just go to another coffee shop and that video is finished. I'm just waiting to upload it probably on Wednesday evening, so also be looking forward to that. All right, that's the end. So you guys, thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful day and see you next time. Goodbye.